According to the news reaching us this afternoon, they say that breaking news: US supplies Nigerian with tracking tech as war against ISIS intensify. The war against these terrorists go deeper. So the thing that is going on in the country and this issue of terrorists and their sponsors, the way US government is coming heavily on them. In fact, it is now showing that it is no more like before. That is why you see most of them crying up and down, like the likes of Gumi and Co and the rest of them. They are crying up and down and trying to sympathize with the terrorists, claiming that US coming to Nigeria to wipe them out, it will cause more trouble. And the issue of Netanyahu, how Netanyahu is also coming, and all those things is now causing the North to so afraid. They are very, very afraid of it, because now the sponsors and all of them, they are now coming out. Look at what is happening recently concerning Malami and their likes, how they are now bringing them out one after another. Very soon, all of them will come out. Very soon, all of them, they will catch all of them one by one. That is it. So in this video, our man is going to explain to us a lot concerning this issue of US tracker that the US just brought into Nigeria recently. So, and this tracker is very powerful tracker. So don't skip any part of it. Try to watch to the end for you to understand everything in this video, because the US, they are not giving up in this fight. They are not at all.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. This is Tuesday, the 13th day of January 2026. Around 11:03 a.m. today, the United States Africa Command posted something that everyone should be aware of. By the way, the information has it that US is preparing for a very long period of military assault against terrorists in Nigeria and probably their sponsors as well. However, the US African Command, as I just said, posted that they delivered military equipment to Abuja, and they are saying that they are partnering with Nigeria in these operations. Now, it is important for people to understand that I've talked about the issue of Nuhu Rebado going to US to sign some agreements, which so many Nigerians are not aware of the agreement. And in that agreement, I said that, Trump has trapped Nigeria into a condition that they cannot fulfill. Agreeing to disarm these terrorists is something that the Nigerian government knows that they have crossed the Rubicon, a point of no return, a point where they can no longer disarm these terrorists, because the terrorists is already part of them, part of their government, part of the military, part of the police. We still have good people in police, in the military, in everywhere, but these people have infiltrated everywhere. Get this issue correct. There is no twisting of facts about this. These people are everywhere, in your mosque, in your church, everywhere. These terrorists have infiltrated Nigeria. Now, the information has it that US has, sent down tracking equipments and other gadgets that they are going to use in collaboration with Nigerian forces. This is what they said. I don't know what they are going to do, because the first strike they conducted, Nigeria claimed that US told them, but we know what transpired. But I'm just saying what the US is claiming, that they want to collaborate. Now, this is where this issue, gets interesting. I believe that US have learned their lessons from what happened in Afghanistan. Yes. In Afghanistan, I told you people, the principles of infiltration they use to make sure they frustrate Afghanistan soldiers that US was supporting. Just like the way US is saying that they are coming now to help Nigeria military to, that was the way they went to Afghanistan. They wanted to help the Afghanistan. Not they wanted, they helped Afghanistan soldiers. But you know what? These jihadists, the Taliban, they outsmart them. Yes, I'm going to tell you this. The principles of infiltration is, if you don't know it, you don't know it. If you know it, you know it. Even though you are the most smartest person on earth, the principles of infiltration is going to humble you. It's the principles of war by the Islamic extremists. It's the principles of war. Now, I've talked about this before. Let me explain more about these principles of infiltration. Principles of infiltration is a mechanism of sending individuals who have extremist ideology, who are part of them. The difference between them and the terrorists in the bush is that those people are in the bush, but these people will be in government. That is the two different. So when the people in the bush will be, fighting, doing all those things, these people in office will be trying to gain rank, especially in the military. That because in Afghanistan issue, it was military. They recruited themselves. They bought form, just like former House of Reps Speaker said that Boko Haram bought form. They were being recruited into the army. So it's a principles of infiltration. Now, at a time will come, these people will now graduate. When I mean graduate, process of promotion. They will now graduate to the position of general, commander, lieutenant colonel, like top ranking military officers. At that point in time, they will now go offensive against the establishment, against the Nigerian forces. And that period of time, you know what is going to happen? Those people who have infiltrated the army, who have infiltrated the government, now they will start making calls to their juniors. When you are in battlefield, you receive order from above. They say, surrender, don't shoot. They will not kill you. Surrender, don't shoot. They will not kill you. What are you going to do? You keep on surrendering. That was what the US saw in Afghanistan that made them to withdraw. Because they saw that, the Afghan soldiers we are paying $1,000 every month, and we are there working with them. We never knew that they have already, started working with the extremists. So it shocked them. That is the principles of infiltration. They don't only do that in the military. They do that in the political, sphere. They go and become president. They can open door for the, terrorists to come into the country. They can, hijack the digital system of the country. They will make sure that terrorists have identity and all those things. They did all these things in Nigeria. They carried it out. There is nothing that these people have not done in Nigeria. They have finished everything up. Everything is set. They use principles of infiltration to scatter everywhere. And the people who don't know. Because if you don't know about this, you don't know about it. That is the issue. If you don't know about this thing, you don't know about it. There's no two ways about it. If you don't know it, you don't know it. So the situation at hand right now is that the United States military in this 2026, they want to do something different in Nigeria, but I don't know how they are going to do it. But they want to do something different. But I'm just trying to let everybody know that if the United States government, I know that US is very clinical, they are very strategic, they know something, they can gather intelligence. When it comes to intelligence gathering, I think after Spirit is a US government or US Army or US intelligence. Leave that for them. So I believe that they knows what they are doing. Okay. I believe they know what they are doing, because if they repeat the same mistake they made in Afghanistan, the same thing that happened in Afghanistan will happen in Nigeria. Okay. Now, US had experience in Nigeria when they wanted to capture some, Boko Haram members who kidnapped people. So when they came, they saw what transpired. The tactics that they wanted to use to capture them have been leaked. Boko Haram were wearing oxygen masks and all those things. So the US government should understand all those things. So they know that collaborating with Nigeria government is like collaborating with the terrorists that you are going to kill. Why did I say this? Was it not Shegumi last week that told us that in federal security meeting that's supposed to be classified, someone called him that he's part of the people they are appointing that they are going to kill. So who called Gumi will be able to call terrorists? Who called Gumi will be able to leak the whole secret that they discussed there. That is what I mean by principles of infiltration. These people have infiltrated everywhere. I hope you get it. These people have infiltrated everywhere. So talk go here. Anything you want to say it. Because what is going on, and the reality is going to hit everybody hard. But one thing is sure. These people will not succeed to the end, but at a point in time, they are going to make a statement. Many communities will go in for it. Many states will go in for it. Almost everywhere we receive the hit of what is about to come. These people are not backing off. Understand what they did in Afghanistan. Know what they did in Egypt. I want you to understand what these people did in Lebanon, in Iran. Iran today is not an Islamic country before. This Islamic region happened to them. It happened to them. So everybody have to be very wise about what is going on. There is no, normal terrorism in Nigeria. What we are seeing about terrorists and terrorism in Nigeria, it is just, a coordinated something they are doing. It's just a coordinated something. It's an agenda. And the agendas are not backing down to it. Let me know what you think.
I think in 1985, Ibrahim Babangida was the person that officially took Nigeria. And today, Nigeria is a member of the Organization of Islamic Congress. Where were the Christians when these things were going on? Where were the secularism of Nigeria that people are preaching today when these things were going on? Don't you know that when you attest or sign into a convention, you are part of it, and all the tenets derived from that convention that you sign is binding on you? Where were our people when we were in the military? Those of us were the junior officers. We do not have the authority to do or change anything in the hierarchy of the military command. Those that were saddled with the responsibility and decision making in the military were mainly from the northern part of Nigeria. The southerners cannot even speak. When you speak, you don't even have authority. Your words doesn't have any authority. Islamization of Nigeria has been there from Osman Danfodio. When Osman Danfodio died, his generations unborn and those that are coming now are carrying it out. You have been playing Olawumi's video. That is it Navy Commodore? You've been playing. It will take them, even if America begin to bomb them, send ballistic missiles, precision or supersonic, they will recoil. Once they recoil, after some time, they will still come on. See, the only solution for Nigeria to get away, let me say, southwest, south, if there is anything like south, and southeast, to get away from these people is to go the way of Yugoslavia. I told you here before, the Bosnian Serbs are Islam. They are Muslim-dominated area in former Yugoslavian Republic. They are the Muslims. Immediately, the communist system failed in those areas, Eastern Europe. Then the Bosnians tried to take over the rest of the Yugoslavia, which they tried. Then people started crying, especially the Chinese, the Croatians, the Slovenians, the North Macedonians. They started crying. The United Nations had their cry, and they sent the United Nations Peace Protection Force in Yugoslavia, and they paved way for these people now to break away into 7 countries. Today, you cannot see the influence of Islamic tendencies or tenets or application of Islamic laws in Croatia, North Macedonia, Slovenia, and the rest of them. That is the only thing that is going to save Nigeria. If not, no matter how long and how long we cry about it, these people are bound to do it. And remember that you have serious countries that have that are wealthy countries like Saudi Arabia, Turkey, Iran, Syria, all of them, even including Egypt, they are all wanting to see Nigeria Islamized. So they will fund it. Remember, I told you the former Zamfara state governor, Ahmed Yerima, when in 2000, I was still serving as at that time, 2000, January 2000, when he introduced Sharia in the north. Go and check. The people that were responsible for the funding and sending of so much, billions of dollars to fund him in order to actualize Sharia. And that is exactly what Nigerian people are seeing today. So the only way forward for you and my mother's ancestral land is to go the way of Yugoslavia. If not, Marcel, I swear to you, they will implement it. No matter how long it's going to take them, they are going to implement it. Go the way of Yugoslavia, and
just the
everybody will
last
be peaceful. Thank you.
just the last question I want to ask you, sir. I know that you are close to the farm. Maybe you've got some work to do. Now, what is the step you've served? Like you are talking about Yugoslavia now, you have been there as a Nigerian soldier representing Nigeria in the UN peacekeeping in Yugoslavia. Then Then I don't know what you people went there to do, whether to stop them from fighting or whether to divide the country. I don't know. Maybe you explain to us better. But what I'm trying to say is that as Nigeria is now, many people are saying we need to divide, there will be partitioning. But what is the step you think that people should take? Like, what is the step towards this?
You see, the only step I see there is you and I, the way we are talking here today. That is the only way. Sensitization of our people to let them know that there is no hope in Nigeria as long as Islamic religion, is holding its way, especially in the northern Nigeria, is to at least do what these people did. Because you see, just like if somebody told you that evangelist Ezekiel Thou Choma, the America will hear his voice. That will also tell you that when you cry and cry just like evangelist, Ezekiel cried, they will hear you because it is not. It is evidential in that country that Christians are on the verge of being terminated. They told you the issue statement, and don't take their statement with levity. They told you convert to Islam or die,
Or you die?
and go to those places, go to those areas that they are, buying and unleashing their mayhem. Check whether they are Muslim dominated areas. These are Christian major. Let me just say 97% of these communities are Christian dominated areas. If you hear that they attack a mosque or they want to send a narrative to the world that, oh, it is not only Christians that are being killed, but their target is those people that they feel that don't belong, to their own religion. So the only way forward is for those that are concerned to begin to cry and let the world, those that make the decisions in this world, to understand that just like the Chinese, the Croatians spoke and shouted, and United Nations came in. That is the only thing. Without that, there will be no peace in that country. I swear to you, Master Roger. Thank you so
All
much.
right. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Awimbo, um,
And
former
and for me to
Nigerian.
say this, let me say this before I go. Let me say this before I go.
All right.
Any Nigerian that is hoping for a new Nigeria, any Nigerian that is hoping for a new Nigeria is a mirage. It's a mirage. You see, the foundation of Nigeria, that 1999 constitution can never make you a Christian to be protected as long as Islam is involved in Nigeria.
And it's
If you
not
are
only a
hoping
Christian.
for a new
And
country,
it's not only a Christian, sir. It's just like what I was telling people from the beginning of this program. This Yoruba traditional, people. There is a woman that was forced to convert to Islam, and she refused. They burned her houses, and the woman is crying out loud. Nobody is there to help her.
go and see. I
It's
think
rough.
that in a lorry, they ban the traditional, in a lorry, they ban the Yoruba indigenous people, the traditionalists, from carrying out their Isheshie. And
That
that was
that is what.
exactly what, their that
Yeah.
was exactly how their prophet took the war to Medina. They, those that worship idols, they took jihad on them, and eliminated majority of them. Some of them run into exile. So that's the template that is going to play in Nigeria. And they are setting their feet little by little, with Nigerian government and the 1999 constitution aiding them. If you go and listen to Obasanjo's address, he said 2000, when the Sharia incident started, that states have the right, to practice their own law. But you have a section in the Nigerian constitution that bars every state from carrying out state religion. But
Yeah.
the Nigerian government allowed them to introduce the tenet of Islam, which was the introduction of Sharia. So how do you want to tell me that these people will not get grant to do whatever they do? That is the reason why you see the spiral effect of the introductions of these tenets of Islam is what is happening. And for
It's all
those
right.
of you that are here, I would like you to read this. If you want to see that Islam is not tolerant to you and me, go and read Quran chapter 9, verse 29. Quran
29. Yeah.
chapter 9, verse 29. I said it here before. I would like those of us that are watching to go and read and see what awaits you if you continue to see a new Nigeria where these terrorists are having stronghold on. Thank you so much for having
All
me.
right.
God
All
bless.
right, Mr. Wimbo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate.
Hmm. Now, wow, this is a very shocking news. Mostly the last statement, the last interview Mr. Okocha granted with this man is a sign to show you that no matter whatever you are doing, claiming one Nigeria is only for those who lack knowledge, who lack sense. And Mazdam Kano have already seen all those things. He have already seen all of them before he starts shouting, saying a lot of things concerning this this contraption called Nigeria. That is the main cause that the Fulanis, the government, now see him as a threat to them because they know that he knows everything concerning this called Nigeria, if a state. So that is how it is. And I would like you to subscribe, like, share the video to go and let others see what is really happening.